school lunch programs. We're talking about 300% in terms of the funding for preschool. So, and I can't tell you the exact percentage of it, but the governor's bill is designed so that 70% of those children would be funded. And we use that 70% because now less than half are using preschools. So we feel that if we fund enough, and we can always put more money into it, if we fund enough for 70%, that there will be plenty of money there for them, in fact excess money. And also the bill provides that if one school has a shortage of money and another school has an excess of money, on October 1st there will be an equalization of the monies so that all the children that qualify can be served. Do we have a follow-up question?
Yes, I do. I would like to know, under the $3,000 voucher program you're proposing, you're talking about putting children in private programs that with no certified teachers. What have you done to research the availability of such programs for all children in Iowa? And how are you going to ensure that these are quality programs and not glorified babysitting services?
Quality requirements will be very similar to the quality requirements that exist in the current legislation. We're not going to sacrifice quality. We are going to allow people who don't currently satisfy those quality levels to move up to that over the next 2 or 3 years. So that we want to, that's part of our piece in opening it up to a wider array. But they will still have to have some sort of a significant level of quality to even get into the program. And then over the next 2 or 3 years, they would have to come up at the same level that is currently the quality standard.
And I think we continue to have, one of the reasons there's significant resistance in the Senate to going along with this concept is we continue to believe quality is an issue. An AA degree is not enough, and that in fact a degree in teaching is appropriate. They ought to be certified teachers in those classrooms. So that's a big chunk of what the battle is going to be about.
Something that people often forget in the current system only covers 10 hours a week. In the bill that we're working on, we want to provide the capability of wraparound services, so that it truly take care of the child in the period of time that they need.
I don't know how many school districts are only doing 10. I do know they're doing more than 10 in Council Bluffs. I mean, that's, if you're going to have a system that's going to work, you're going to have to make sure it's available all across the state of Iowa. The voucher program does not guarantee a program's available within reasonable proximity of where you live. And in the end, it makes a lot of sense to have these programs operated in the schools that have the facilities. Actually makes a lot of sense. So in the end, I think, well, we'll see how this session works out on this issue, but we continue to believe preschool's important if you want world-class education. This is what other people talk about, world-class education. They're making sure kids start learning early in their lives. And that's what's happening all over the world. That's what should be happening in this country.
I don't want to leave you with the impression that this bill takes it out of the school districts. School districts actually will administer the program within their area. And they are certainly free to offer this service as well. So this only widens the scope of availability. And Senator, I don't understand why you seem to think that it somehow restricts availability, because this widens the possibility, gives it the availability to many more people, and the quality will be maintained. The quality will be maintained.
I hate to be overly simplistic, but saying you're going to do the same with $40 million that you're currently doing with $70 million doesn't sound like expanded availability to me.